Concept 2, sketching graphs for situations. So when we are given a situation and asked to make a graph based on that situation, there are a couple steps to take, but mostly you're going to be looking for keywords and trying to go in order. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is you have to decide if your graph is going to be discrete or continuous. Okay, the most valuable information for making that determination is figuring out your axis labels. Okay, are you looking at something over a certain period of time, which would probably be continuous, or something more discrete that isn't going to have data between the given points? Okay. After we figure that out, we're going to look at assigning axis labels. Okay. Remember, the independent variable is going to be your x-axis. It's going to be your horizontal axis, and the dependent variable is going to be your vertical axis. Okay. If we have time, it is almost always going to be your independent value, your x-axis. Okay. And then the third step, where we actually start figuring out our graph, is going to be finding those keywords and figuring out what your graph is going to look like. And then the last step is graphing the situation. Okay. Sometimes step 3 and step 4 get combined, and you do it kind of as you go, but that's up to you. Okay. So now here we have our graph, and we've got our situation up here. First thing is to read the situation. A person starts off walking slowly, speeds up to a jog, continues at that pace for a while, stops at a stoplight, sprints away from a dog, and then returns home at a walk. Okay, so this sounds to me like we're looking at different speeds, right? Person walking, jogging, stopping, sprinting, walking again. These all seem like speeds at which they're going. Okay, and it looks like to me, and this is the most common, is our x-axis. Okay, our independent variable is going to be time, right? So his speed is going to, or her speed is going to change based on time, based on when in their trip it is, right? So I'm going to put speed over here. Okay, so how do we start off? Well, we're starting off walking slowly, so it's going to start fairly low down at the bottom, and then they're speeding up to a jog, so it'll be a gradual increase. We're going to continue at that pace for a while, so that's just going to be a horizontal line because my speed is going to be maintaining that jog. It's not going to change. And then we're stopping. Okay, so if we're stopping, that means we're coming down to 0 speed, right? That's going to be the bottom of our y-axis is going to be 0 speed. Okay, and then sprinting. Okay, so that'll make a quick jump, and then we'll sprint away from a dog for a while, and then it looks like he comes down and kind of walks the rest of the way home. Okay, so we've gone through, we've looked at our keywords. Now we can make our graph. Let's see, I'm going to use blue. So we're starting off, I'm going to say that this is my walking speed, okay, right about here. So I'm walking, but then I'm speeding up to a jog, which maybe it'll be about here. Once he gets his pace, he's going to level off for a while. Okay, and then we stop quickly at a stoplight, right? We come to a stop really quickly. But then a dog shows up, we come up really quickly, and we're sprinting away from the dog, right? It doesn't take long for me to increase my speed. It might not be a straight vertical line, but it's a pretty sharp upward slant. And then I'm just sprinting. This is my max speed. I'm sprinting away from the dog. And then I'm coming back down to my walk, and I'm walking home until I get home, right? And once I get home, probably my speed will drop down to 0 when I'm at home and I'm sitting on the couch or whatever. But we don't have that information. So we're just going to walk home. Okay? And that's my graph. So you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sections to it. And that's pretty much however many sections here I have that are separated by commas. I think I have one extra one here because I came up to a sprint and then I sprinted away. So this is actually 2 different sections for me.